Good evening and welcome to the Selectboard meeting of Thursday, August 31st at 4:30 p.m. We're actually a couple minutes late. It is 4:33. Looks like we have no appointments for tonight. Our first agenda item is the Upper North Street reconstruction project for the order of takings. The 2023 town meeting authorized us to vote the order of taking for necessary easements associated with the Upper North Street reconstruction project. There are 18 properties affected and 24 temporary construction easements and 12 permanent easements. The permanent easements include 6 for drainage, 3 for utilities, and 3 miscellaneous easements for the laying of riprap, which is drainage.
That was me just saying, what am I writing this for?
So it looks like for our motion is to act upon the authority granted to us by voters at the May 6, 2023 annual town meeting to take easements as identified on the plan titled Alteration and Easement Plan, North Street, and dated August 29th, 2023. And is further identified in the prepared order of taking document. Both documents to be recorded at the Registry of Deeds.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any further discussion? Heather, did you have anything you needed to add in any of that?
No, I'm just going to ask you, if everything went well when you talked to, or the lawyers talked to everyone up there and things?
Well, so the process is that the town, once we identify which property owners will be impacted by the construction. In this case, unlike on Conway, there are no real permanent takings.
Oh, okay, that's all. Yeah.
So nobody's losing lawn, so to speak. The majority of these easements are for construction purposes only. The utility and the drainage easements are for the most part far enough off the main frontage of people's property where the culverts are. So really the impact is minimal from a visual standpoint if you're the property owner. We do hire a appraiser, Bob O'Connor, out of Springfield, who goes and meets with every property owner, assesses the property, comes up with a fair market appraisal or assessment of what the dollar value of the square footage is of the easement, even the temporary easements. That is multiplied out over 3 years because we are taking it for a 3-year term. And then that property owner is entitled to those damages from the town of Buckland. So we have processed the payments in accordance with each of the appraisals and review appraisals, and those will be, once you sign tonight, the letter will go out to all of the property owners letting them know that you've officially approved these easements.
Okay.
And
the payments to them.
And the payment is,
right.
Payment is available. There's a fair amount of paperwork because there is no triage. There is paperwork that is involved because that's just the way the municipality functions.
So you should have it ready by what, about noon tomorrow?
Actually, because everything has to be recorded at the Registry of Deeds first, we expect that these letters will go out in the mail Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, and then people can come in and pick up their checks as soon as they've got the paperwork.
I haven't heard any complaints. And that was a lot of people I know up there talk about it. They're happy, actually.
I think this is a very positive project.
Yeah,
I mean, all of our improvement projects are positive. It's just when it's happening in your front yard, it can sometimes not feel that way. But in this case, we worked really hard to maintain as low impact as possible, keeping our footprint small, but still putting in the sidewalk, making some drainage improvements, and obviously new pavement. So we're on track. I don't know how we pulled it off, but we did.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing else?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Committee appointments. The Woodlands Partnership Board Representative. So it looks like we had 4 candidates that expressed interest in the volunteer position, but at this point in time, only 2 returned the citizen volunteer form documents for our consideration. I think, is there a rush that we need on this one?
There is not we're eligible to begin voting in November. So we want to make sure that the appointment is done well before that, so the person has a chance to attend the meetings and get acclimated. But if you want to push it off to your next meeting, that's fine. The other 2 candidates have said that they are not interested.
Okay.
So
it's only going to be these 2 anyways. Okay.
And I did inquire about an alternate, whether or not they allow for alternates, because obviously we don't want to turn any volunteer away. At this time, the Woodlands Partnership Board does not have a provision for alternates.
Okay. So I would like Joan, just in case she has anything to say on it as well, so I think we'll just, we'll table that until our next meeting.
Great.
Good idea.
State ethics training waiver for seasonal employees. The town clerk is recommending that the select board use their authority as granted by section 20 of the Mass General Law, chapter 268A, the conflict of interest law, as amended, and waiver the requirement for specific part-time and volunteer positions to complete the mandatory state ethics training. Those positions to be excluded would be library volunteers, recreation part-time and seasonal employees, including lifeguards, pool attendants, and then any seasonal highway employees and election employees and volunteers. I would accept a motion to waive the mandatory state ethics training for library volunteers, rec, part-time, and seasonal employees, including but not limited to lifeguards and pool attendants, seasonal highway employees, and election employees and volunteers.
I'm going to second that.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. All right, documents to sign. Got rural school resolution for Mohawk Trail. Do we have any, is that what Martha came in and spoke about
Yes.
last time?
Yes.
All right,
And you didn't vote to sign it at that meeting because the document hadn't been updated with all of your names, you know, we hadn't put it into for the formality, but it is now, and
okay.
if you're good with signing it, we'll get it off to the representatives and as listed on the
All right.
sheet.
I would move to sign the rural school resolution for Mohawk Trail Regional School District.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. CDBG grant award and contract. So we can finally officially announce that the town has been awarded the grant for this is for Depot Street, correct?
Depot Street and the Freight Yard.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for Depot Street in the front yard, freight yard, sorry, accepting an award for $1.3 million in CDBG funds from the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities, formerly the Department of Housing and Community Development. These funds will be used for the improvements to the freight yard parking lot and the reconstruction and drainage improvements of Depot Street. I would accept a motion to sign that contract.
I'll second that motion made. Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Roving archivist participation letter. She include that in her packet?
You
Yeah,
have the letter,
yes,
yes. But I didn't have a chance to really understand what this was. I know you spoke with her.
Yeah, so she was, let me put something together for me here. So this is a grant that she was looking for storage of archives. And including the part of that grant was a letter from the select board chair, basically endorsing them and endorsing the clerk for this grant. So, reading this here, it looks fine for me.
Yeah, I read it already.
Any issues with it?
No?
Okay. I will make a motion to allow for the select board chair to sign the letter for the archives program.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Town hall use, looks like Mary Lyons Foundation. There's a request for building use for Friday, September 15th, 2023, from 8 to 10.
That's AM.
Okay, 8 to 10 a.m. Is that going to have any interference with any employees working in the building at that time?
No.
All right.
And I will actually be here because we have Northeast IT coming in to rearrange some server equipment, so I'll be in the building if there's any concerns.
For the Friday?
Yep.
All right.
When you unplug servers, you want to make sure there's not many people else working.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I would accept the motion to accept the application for the Mary Lyon Foundation.
So moved. I'll second it.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Minutes and warrants. We have the
We don't have
August
don't
15th
have
minutes yet?
No.
Okay, so we will table those. We've got payroll and vendor warrants though, for 15th and 29th.
Yes, yes. And you should have received the link.
I think I did. I've been looking at a lot of links the last couple of days, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing them. All right, did you have any questions on any of the vendor warrants?
No,
or
I
payroll?
didn't. No.
All right. I'll move to accept the August 15th and August 29th payroll and vendor warrants.
Second that, yeah.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. The August 8th minutes will table until
Yep.
maybe the next meeting, Mary?
Yeah.
Okay. No rush. Items not reasonably anticipated by chair 48 hours in advance. I have nothing. Right? I have nothing, Heather.
No,
Okay.
no.
Select board member concerns?
I haven't any.
Town administrator's report.
I just want to let everybody know that we've had a really great first pool season. The season is coming to an end at the end of the holiday weekend. We typically would close at the end of Labor Day normally, but in this case, it's even more significant because we may have kept it open a couple of days or as long as the weather holds out, but the contractors are due back on Tuesday to resume their punch list. So we will be closing not only the pool, but the Buckland recreational area in totality, because it will go back under the ownership of the contractors, and they can't have the liability of anybody there. So unfortunately, that includes the playground and the pavilion and the basketball courts, and we're hoping it's just going to be for a short period of time while they button things up, and we'll make an announcement when it reopens. But we do appreciate everybody's patience and, more important, compliance. So that is that, but it is going to be open all weekend. I know that Cindy went to BJ's and stocked up on more ice cream because I guess ice cream sales have been off the charts. So they are ready for a last hurrah.
And it's gonna be last for all.
And it's gonna be a nice
I was
weekend.
gonna close my pool, and the wife said, the grandkids said, no, Papa.
No, Papa.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, it is, it's gonna be.
All
fun.
week, actually, is it?
Yeah.
Finally having summer at the end of it, so.
I know, and so obviously that's a great thing for the contractors.
It is.
So
It
it's
is.
disappointing that we have to close in the hot, but it's gotta get done. And I think that's all I have for my administrator's report, but obviously if there are questions or concerns, I'm happy to answer anything that comes up.
Bridget Flowers.
Oh, Bridget Flowers, yes, thank you. Anyway,
I know.
so Monday, the 11th, the Shelburne Falls Fire District will be holding a public information session. They are hosting along with the Bridge of Flowers Committee, and the meeting is going to be here upstairs in the big hall at 6 p.m. And Ty Bond, who is their engineers and architect firm, will be presenting sort of an overview and a scope of the reconstruction project. It'll quote when the Bridge of Flower closes this October at its regular year end. It will not reopen again in the spring or until that construction project is done. It's obviously significant for just the improvements in general to that trolley bridge, but that is how Buckland, how the Buckland side of the village of Shelburne Falls gets their water. It is one pipe that comes across that one bridge, and it is in disrepair. So it's a disappointment that it has to be closed, but it is vital to our infrastructure. It's all being paid for by a $2.3 million grant that the Shelburne Falls Fire District was lucky enough to receive.
The people on the bridge, the gardeners and stuff are quite excited because they're gonna change it.
I know. You know,
It's time for change.
Yeah, it's a nice opportunity to look at it at fresh eyes, and I know that they've made a lot of plans for people to keep the flowers, and I know that I should have an announcement at your next meeting about another grant that we've received that may be able to help them out with that. So,
Nice, very nice.
Money keeps rolling in for us.
Just a,
Let's keep it here, okay?
just to reiterate, though, that this is not either Town of Shelburne or Town of Buckland project. This is a Shelburne Falls Fire District project, as they are the ones that own the trolley bridge.
Yeah.
Moonlight Magic?
Moonlight Magic, I know that the Moonlight Magic crew is already making big plans to put on their annual event. Applications are available through their website, which is going to slip my mind right now, but if there's any questions, people can reach out to me or anyone here at Town Hall, and we'll get you in touch with the right people. And both the end of the season for the pool hours, the public information session for the Bridge of Flowers and Moonlight Magic is all on our website. So if anybody goes to the website, they'll be able to find this information. And also Town Hall, our very, very talented staff is once again holding their annual craft fair the night of Moonlight Magic. And rumor has it they'll be honey. Rumor has it.
So we're getting added staff involved this year.
The town administrator's side hustle may finally be paying.
All right. Okay, anything else?
That's it.
All right, public comment. Volunteer recognition?
Did we already recognize the Bridge of Flowers road race for honors?
No, because we have not had a meeting
And
since.
we also should recognize the crew that put on the bridge dinner. I understand that was a tremendous success.
Yes,
Yeah.
a
The
lot of
Mohawk
kids.
Athletic Association was the benefactor of
Yes.
that. Beneficiary.
There was a lot of student athletes that were involved with that dinner. So, yeah,
I'm so
kudos.
glad it's back.
It sounds like they worked their tails off that
Bring
night.
it down a little bit for me, though.
I know. I think that they wanted to make, that they realized that they were a little high this year, but they really wanted to make sure that they were covering their costs and.
They didn't have a choice, I mean,
Right.
because it was a local and they had to go up, yeah. But I think they'll make some adjustments and
I think so too.
let the retired teachers join in.
Yeah, I think this is the first,
Oh, yeah,
this is the
yeah.
first year for them actually running the whole show, so.
They did a good job, what I heard.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
I just have a quick comment about that. I was talking to some neighbors, we went.
I'm sorry,
and-
could you state your name for the record?
Mariel Alcaz.
Pardon?
Mariel Alcaz.
Mary L. Alcott,
O-L-C-O-Z.
O-L-C-O-B?
Z.
V.
Z.
Z. The
Z
last.
is the
Oh,
power.
O-L-C-O-Z, okay.
I wasn't even planning to talk about this.
Right.
We went to the bridge dinner, we absolutely loved it, and my neighbor and I were talking about the quality of the food and how it was, the caterer was just, my neighbor seemed to be pretty upset about it. That would be my only suggestion.
But the quality wasn't up to,
The quality,
yeah.
yeah, like she stated that she was afraid to eat the salmon because she thought it tasted like food poisoning. Some pretty intense remarks from some people.
In years past, it's been the local.
Yeah, I
but
know.
it was really difficult for them too, so
Yeah.
that was catered this year. And
Yeah.
I heard a similar thing, but also heard from others that it was very, very good. So,
Yeah.
it's a matter of taste, but thank you for
I
bringing
think
it up.
it's
anyways.
also where you're located on the table,
Possibly.
because it gets cold as it goes farther down.
Yeah, that's,
And I think she was towards the end, so, but just something.
thank you.
Well, to be clear, that's not a town function.
No,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, so for sure, if you would like the information about the coordinators, I'm happy to, you could
Yeah.
share that information with them.
Yeah, you're free to email me, I can send it to my neighbor.
Okay, great.
Announcements and upcoming meetings, we have Select Board meeting on September 12th, 2023, and our other is September 26th. I think that's all I got. Is that all you got?
That's all I have.
All right, good. Accept a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn. Second it and third it.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. All right. Thank you for our short meeting this evening, and have a good night.